Hello there, everybody. My name is Kuro Black, and today we're gonna be. This video is all about which hunter should you buy first. So we all know that when you start the game, the first hunter you ever get, apart from reconnecting to the server, is Leo. And generally, if you're starting this game, it doesn't matter who you choose at first. But you might wanna, if it's your first time choosing a hunter and you barely have any clues, like up here, I have 11,000, but you may only have like 2,000, 4,000. So this is based. This is only for generally for new survivors or new hunters into the game, because this is a dilemma that one may seem very complicated. So please make sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, please tell me in the comments. And who would you suggest as a first hunter for anybody if you're an experienced player? Now, let's talk about the different types of hunters, right? So, if we go into the hunters tab, hunters are not like survivors. Survivors have different uh, categories. So survivors can be containers. Survivors can be, let me look for my side. They can be decoders, right? So hunters change a little bit. Hunters, as you can see, they don't have the same type of uh, characteristics as survivors. So which hunter should you choose first? First, let's understand what types of hunters there exist, right? So there exist some hunters that are uh, let's start with the campers, right? So hunters that are campers are usually Feaster, because he camps with his tentacles, so he's not a great chaser. Then there's Violinist is not a bad camper. Bonbon is generally the best camper there is. Uh, Smiley Face can camp really well. So it really depends. Ripper can camp, but he that's not his main goal as a hunter. Uh, then we have the other types of hunter that are chasers. So hunters that can chase you, that can chase survivors and kill them more easily, but are more exposed to being to not being able to camp as properly, right? So in those hunters would be Boy can chase pretty well survivors, and he can put a little bit of pressure, but he's not the best at camping. Spider is a very mobile hunter, so she can move around the whole map a little bit. She can move around the map enough to kill a survivor quickly. Bloody Queen, with her ability, is very good. Disciple is more of a camper. Then there's also the Undead. This guy's playstyle is okay, but I wouldn't really suggest it for any new person in the game, just because Percy, the Undead, he basically has, uh, he's not too good into the game right now, just because uh, these persona traits, the ones that I'm not using here, are not balanced for this hunter. So what happens is if you get this ability, for example, or this ability, it's not as useful for you because you're not the hunter is not getting any benefits from those abilities. Now, so we saw the campers, we saw the chasers, uh, which is the other category for hunters is gonna be uh, something in between. Generally, there's really bad chasing types. So okay, so let's talk about really quick about the one of the worst hunters in the game. Uh, and I'm not meaning it in a bad way. I'm meaning it in a way that if you play, for example, if you buy the photographer, right, and you don't have enough experience to kill survivors. The photographer is not a great chaser, so he's not able to kill survivors that easily. He is a He's a hunter that specializes in slowing the game down with his camera world. So if you want to make sure survivors decode slower and you can put a lot of pressure by going around the whole map, he's a great hunter for that. But I wouldn't really suggest him as a starter hunter. Uh, so let's go with the hunter that I would choose or that I would suggest to somebody. Uh, Generally, first of all, Clown is one of those hunters that's not very expensive, but you need to master. You're gonna have to master his ability a little bit more. But there's also Ripper. Ripper is one of those starting hunters that brings a lot of benefits, but also you can learn the base game uh, while using him. First of all, so with his foggy blades, you can basically shoot the foggy blade. He has a lot of advantages. He can camp really well for survivors who are not that experienced. Survivors generally are not able to evade the foggy blades, so he's a really good option. Uh, in my opinion, he's one of the best hunters you can buy at the start of the game. If you want to go ahead and complicate yourself, and you wanna and you think, oh hey, but how about Dream Witch? They say she's one of the best hunters. Yes, she is one of the best hunters. She is very powerful, but her learning curve is really big. The same goes for Mad Eyes. He can be really, really powerful, but he is very weak if you don't know how to use him. So, Ripper has less of a learning curve, but you can always become better as a Ripper quicker. And this guy or during which have a very, very high learning curve. So you have to really master and understand all your surroundings and what's happening around you and what's happening around the whole map. And those abilities are really hard to understand if you're just starting out into the game. So I would always suggest Ripper to start with. But let's say you don't like Ripper. Let's say the only thing you see is Ripper and you don't want to play him. Who is the second next good hunter? Uh, if you're starting into the game, Bomb Bomb is very easy to understand. You just throw bombs into the ground, and as you throw bombs into the ground, you do like 25% damage to the survivor if you're hitting them. So you can camp really well, and if you're starting into the game, survivors are not that strong yet, so uh, you can still win and camp really, really well with this hunter. Now you're gonna see that he looks like this, but it's because of the skin. He's gonna look like this, generally without the S tier skin. So yeah, that would be my roundabout for these hunters. Sculptor, if you're learning the game and you want to have some fun, Sculptor is a really nice hunter to try and play with. She can be really, really strong if you know how to use her later. Uh, but hey, you always have to try it. You can always search videos on Spider gameplay. You can look at videos on Ripper gameplay, any gameplay from these hunters, and you decide if you think it's easy enough for you. If you feel like it's a compatible hunter with your playstyle, go for it. Just really go for it. And if you lose your first match, your second match, your third match, it doesn't matter. Just learn, okay? Because that's part of the game, losing a lot. So I wish you all the best of luck. Uh, And actually, let me share with you who is the compatible hunter I found with myself. That would have to be X-Boy, because X-Boy is a. What if the noise get activated? What? What the fuck? That was a bug. Okay, well, X-Boy is the hunter that I find compatible with my playstyle, and that has to do with the fact that I just enjoy him. I like him a lot. Let me look for the at the start I was with this skin for ants for you. Let me see. So I got myself this skin. I was like, hell yeah, I want to use him. And he felt so powerful, so quick, so interesting, right? And he can be really strong. At the start of the game, if you're starting out as a hunter, you can do a lot of things with these with Boy, but in the higher tiers, it's harder to use him. So always have in mind that if you're gonna play with Boy, you should try to you know uh, take things slowly, learn everything about the hunters, their abilities, and whatnot, and you can always do great with them. Uh, I already made a video on which survivor should you choose first, so I'm gonna link that into the description below. I'm also gonna put it in the top pinned comment if I can, the link, so you can look for it. And yeah, if you're having trouble to know which survivor you want to buy first, I have a video on that. Uh, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.